So I've got this friend, and every time I talk to her, she always has some new diet. Now, she asks me for weight loss advice a lot, but the thing is, whenever we talk, rather than her saying, okay, I'm working on this, I'm working on that, it's always, oh, I started this new plan. Have you heard of it? It's called like the grapefruit diet or the alien plankton shred belly fat annihilator fat melting liquidating program. In any case, she's always on a new plan every time I talk to her. So I find it kind of funny. I try not to give her too much of a hard time because I don't want her to feel discouraged or whatever. But it's funny because she thinks that choosing the new plan is giving her a new piece. Like, okay, I'm going to lose pounds 1 to 10 with this plan, pounds 10 to 20, 20 to 25, and then the last 10 with this plan. But at the same time, I've got all these friends that do the same plan day in, day out, old school discipline, daily habits, focusing on the same approach, and they're getting better results than she is. Now in today's video, I want to talk a little bit about what to do if you find yourself getting distracted with BS, and getting distracted with BS diets. What's up guys, it is Alex here, author of Master the Day. Now the very first thing to consider here is look at the thinking. If you find yourself getting distracted a lot, in other words, this kind of shiny object syndrome where you're getting okay results or they've stopped or plateaued, and you look over there and you see this new plan or you see someone doing a new plan and you're thinking, like, maybe I should try that. Maybe that's going to get me the results I want. The very first thing, remember, the action, the results out here reflect your mind up here. So what's really behind her mindset, and if you have this, maybe your mindset, is this silver bullet thinking. And in silver bullet thinking, we have this belief that I'm going to find the one thing. It's like the soulmate theory that I'm going to find the one thing, and as soon as I find it, I'm going to get all my results. I'm going to lose 40 pounds, I'm going to get totally toned up, I'm going to get ripped, whatever your goals are. It's the thinking that once I find it, everything will be okay. It's all rainbows and unicorns after that. So silver bullet thinking is flawed, obviously. It's kind of a logical fallacy in the sense that we think rather than doing work, we need to keep looking for the perfect program or the perfect person. Does this sound familiar? And because of that, look what it does. It's biased towards thinking rather than action. So rather than us showing up and doing the daily things we know will get us there, the daily disciplines, the daily habits, eating right, the old school boring advice that works, rather than doing that, instead, what happens is we keep looking, and we spend so much time looking, we don't spend enough time doing. And the first thing here, if you find yourself back and forth, shiny object syndrome, dealing with all this BS, is to first analyze the mindset behind it. Ask yourself, why am I looking like this? What am I looking for? And what do I think it's going to provide for me? Now, the second thing that'll help here is just kind of think about this philosophy for a second here. I've introduced you to this idea of habits versus goals. And in one of my videos on my own transformation, at least up until now, the biggest change for me that made all the difference was figuring out my end goal. So let's say lose 20 pounds, gain 20 pounds, or just look XYZ level of toned. Rather than focusing on that goal and like putting a vision board on the wall or whatever, what I did was I figured out what are the key daily things I have to do that will get me there. And the reason why this was so game-changing for me was that I went from, there's a goal I want to achieve that I don't know how to achieve. And every day I'm looking at, okay, I've only made 1% progress. This sucks, it's so far away. I don't want to do this. Every day it went from that to, okay, today all I have to do is eat these things, do this workout habit, and then I'll get there. It may take me 6 months, it may take me 6 years, but I know that if I do these things daily, these are the daily disciplines, the daily habits that will eventually get me to where I want to be. And that was so enlightening because I wasn't looking for a silver bullet. I wasn't looking for a perfect program. I wasn't looking for a magical coach that would make all the pain go away, that would give me the perfect plan for me. Instead, it was a matter of understanding what are these simple habits that I need to do every day that will get me to where I want to be. Now, if you're distracted by BS, I want you to think about this fundamental philosophical switch. If you think about what gets a person to be successful, whether it is getting fit or getting rich or being happy, it is the little things we do every single day and not the big chunks, the big processes, the silver bullets, the one coach we hire, that one life-changing trip, getting the dream body. It's the day-to-day process. And if you can think, what about my day-to-day process do I need to change in terms of habits? I think you'll see that everything changes, because when you think in terms of habits, now you have a bias towards action. Now you're thinking about, what do I have to do? Not what is my strategy, but what do I do at this time of the day, for how long, what does that look like? And there's no way you can't see results if you have that much of an action-focused mindset. And then the third thing here that I'm gonna remind you of, just do something that has helped me quite a lot in my life, which is ignore the average person. Do not take advice from average people. When 10 years ago now at this point roughly, when I wanted to get fit, when I wanted to get a job that I loved, when I wanted to have a girlfriend, when I wanted to travel the world, when I wanted to meditate every day, and I wasn't doing any of those things or hadn't reached any of those goals, I was getting a lot of advice from other people. People would say things like, oh yeah, dude, if you want to just get jacked in the gym, just go 3 hours a day. People would say things like, oh yeah, if you want to get a girlfriend, just have a lot of money and go act like a douche in bars. People would say things like, if you want to travel the world, you have to make a lot of money. Now, these days, I know most of those things are not true. I encountered the same bad advice when it came to writing both of my books. I encountered the same bad advice when it came to finding work I loved. I still hear every day from people, you can't make a living doing what you love and make a lot of money to do everything you want. Obviously not true whatsoever. And what I'm trying to share with you here is that when it comes to fitness advice, everyone is going to give you the average advice. So unless they are either fit already, they have the body you want, or they've coached people to get the body you want, I would ignore their advice almost 100%. So if you feel like you're caving to a lot of this kind of BS advice, it may mean you need to take a look again at that mindset, or you're listening to a lot of average people and their advice way too much. I mean, it's really easy around the Thanksgiving dinner table or around Christmas to hear all the different plans people are trying and to have that emotional feeling that maybe one of these has the salvation I want. And you and I both know, more often than not, it is not true the majority of the time. So obviously it starts with the mindset, change your strategy to daily habits, and just evaluate who are you getting your advice from, right? If you're getting advice from the average people around you, then they probably don't, number one, have the results they want. But number two, you can probably spot the errors in their thinking. You can probably spot the silver bullet thinking. You can probably spot all the mistakes in terms of, well, if this stuff worked, why aren't they fit, right? Why don't they have that kind of life, the body, the life, and the lifestyle that you want? That's something I would totally consider. So if you find yourself falling prey to all these BS diets, getting distracted in general, getting distracted with BS, and getting distracted with BS diets, those are the things I would definitely consider. And before you go, I want you to leave a comment there below. Let me know for you, in particular, for you, what has been distracting you the most? Comment there below. Hey guys, it's Alex. Did you like this video? If so, there are really two ways you can stay in touch with me. The first thing is to go over, click the monk, and subscribe so you get the next video right when it's out. I'm releasing at least 3 videos per week, but often a lot more. The next thing is, come on over and check out my book, Master the Day. It's called Master the Day, Eat, Move, and Live Better with the Power of Daily Habits. And it's all about the tiny daily success habits that I learned interviewing people that lost over 100 pounds and kept it off years later in a healthy way. The success habits that not only get your dream body, but also your dream life. And as a special thank you, if you get the book, send me your receipt to alexander@modernhealthmonk.com. I'll send you a 1-hour bonus video course for free. And one important piece of it is an hour sit-down success story with my friend and my student Mike, who lost 30 pounds. So you can go check that out on Amazon right there. The next thing is, come on over to my site, modernhealthmonk.com. I've got a free guide for you there, 5 daily habits to help you lose your next 20 to 30 pounds. And otherwise, I look forward to seeing you soon.